We'll start from security tactics. So, what are the security tactics? So, these security tactics are used, uh, mainly used for to provide the security to our data or to our actions, whatever we are performing by using a web applications. Okay, so for that sake, we are going for security tactics. So here, security tactics may involve resisting attacks, which means whether the application or the site or some product is accessing by a authorized user or not. Okay, and whether the receiving person is also whoever accessing that information, the data of a particular project, okay, should be prove themselves, which means they may need to enter the login credentials are correct login credentials, otherwise he may the wrong person. Now we are using our phones every day. Okay, we are opening our phone by using some pin number, pin, or otherwise by using our thumb impression, or otherwise by using some patterns. Why we are using such kind of security features into our phone? So to protect from the unauthorized users, okay, to protect from others. So we don't want to give the access to the unauthorized persons to our phone. That's why we are using either a pin number or otherwise a pattern or otherwise some thumb impression, etc. So here also, whatever we have designed, our design project will be secured more and more to protect the data of that particular project or system. Okay, by checking this kind of some verifications. Okay, so to protect the data from unauthorized accessing. And suppose if our system is attacked, our project is attacked, okay, where it is, so it must detect the attack. It must detect the attack where it should be happened. Okay, so how to recover our system from that attack? So like that, this design will concentrate. Okay, so if any attack is happened, where it happened and how to recover such kind of attacks. Security in the sense, we are providing security to our data and from attacks in the sense, it may be a hacking. We may call it as, another word is, it is a hacking. If something information is hacked, what to do and what is the next step we have taken. So like that, okay, here we are implementing one design in our project. So this is the structure of that one. If one attack, okay, entered into our design security system, so first of all we should we should check whether authorized person or not. Okay, if authorized, he is not a authorized person, and so what should we do? Okay, if detect that attacks and recovered from the attacks, finally the design will give the output of detecting or recovering from the attacks such kind of information, from such kind of, okay, things. This is about security tactic. And next one is testability tactic. Testability in the sense, so, while after completion of a software development, if we will go for a testing of that particular what project. So, in that particular project testing, compared to a normal work of the total project, the test also, okay, needs more budget. So testing plays more major role in any project. If without testing, we can't hand over the project to a customer. So we must test, and not only one time. Testing is not only performed one time. Okay, we can perform multiple number of times based on the project, based on the functions, whatever we have used. Okay, okay, right. So testing tactics. The goal of tactics for testability is to allow for easier testing when an increment of software development is completed. So when we perform this testing will happen after completion of a software. So the testing consumes such a high percentage of system development cost. Okay, what it will take? Okay, if we put some budget, if we allocate some amount to a particular project, okay, in the total amount, this testing part is also consumes more amount from that. And also, who will reduce this cost of this testing? Okay, architect, okay, may reduce while designing a project. Okay, he may reduce the cost of the testing, right? So for this sake we have seen testing tactics. And these testing tactics are so developed into projects also. In some time there is a necessary, okay, so inbuilt testing designs also included into that project. Okay, whatever the project we have developed, so into that project, so inbuilt testing capabilities, if it is working properly or not. Okay, we want to check for something. Okay, for that kind of things we are going to use inbuilt checkings. For example, if our phone or if anything is struck into our phone, it is not working properly, then immediately we are going to perform the restart of our mobile. So what we are doing there, if anything is not working properly, internet connection is not working properly, sending a messages, it will take a lot of time. Receiving messages also taking lot of time, and the performance is not good. Okay. So first of all, what is the first step we are going to take to recover such kind of things or errors? Okay, we will do as a first step restarting of our mobile. Okay, so restarting of our computer. So after restarting of that one, it will work properly normally. Otherwise, if it is not worked at that time also, we will go for once again repair center. That is another thing. So like that, some textable, okay, things are what installed into our projects. So those are the built-in, okay, those are the built-in monitor systems. If anywhere the problem or will occur at any function of a project or anything of a project, it automatically, okay, check for that one, and it will give the results. Faults, if faults are detected, it will show the results like that, and it will recover immediately if it can be handled. Clear? That kind of tactices are called textability tactices. Next, last one is usability tactic. This usability is concerned with how easy it is for the user to accomplish a desired task and the kind of support the system provides to the user. This usability tactics will be concentrate on, okay, how the system is supporting to a user. So if I want to use something, if I want to use some app, okay, is it supported to me or not? If it is not supported to me, why should I use that particular app? There is no need, no? So like that. Okay, each and every app should be supported to any kind of end user. Then only they are interested to use our project. Otherwise, they may be deviate. They may search for other product, isn't it? So each and every system should support user needs, user necessities, whatever the demands. Then only the user ready to use such kind of projects. Clear? And coming to the second point, two types of tactics support usability. First one is user interfaces, and second one is runtime. So here we have the what is the first one is runtime. While using, here the first category is runtime. It includes those that support the user during system execution. So while user using particular application, whether it will act accordingly or not. Okay, so or otherwise it is showing any kind of faults or errors in runtime. If I'm waiting for receiving some receipt, okay, so whether that receipt is generated fastly or not. Okay, so which means, so if we have reserved some if we book a ticket for some, so to go somewhere else. So after booking everything, after transaction, money transaction, after the reservation, everything, after the completion of process, so I want to take the printout, okay, of that particular reservation. Then then it will give the fastest results or not. Okay, or otherwise it will struck anywhere, any part of the usage of that particular application. So such kind of results, it is used for the, it is used for user or not properly. Okay, if any kind of runtime errors are occur, how it can be handled, that runtime errors. Okay, it will ask the user, please wait for 5 minutes, or please wait a while, don't go back. This kind of messages are generated by a system. If we are working on something, okay, if any problems will occur while using of that system, it will ask the user, please wait a while, okay, and don't go back, we are working on your task. Like that, it will generate some messages, okay, to put attention, user attention on that particular work. That is first category. Coming to the second category, okay, nature of interface design. So what are the interfaces we have designed for a user? So those must be supported to user itself. Why? Because each and every information should give the, okay, should support the user requirements. Then only he may ready to use that particular app, isn't it? We are going to searching for something, okay, or we have opened some menu or some button on that particular user interface, then it should show the information accordingly. Okay, it will, it should respond fastly according to that particular task. Okay, then only user would be happy. Otherwise he may choose some other some other apps. Okay, these are the second category of user requirement. Clear? And for this one, here we have design user request. What is the, this is the input stimulus from user side. User generates a stimulus or input, that is called user request. So there is a need of separation of user interfaces, step 1, step 2, step 3, like that. And support user initiatives, what the user is looking for, and support that work. He want to, suppose while doing the reservation, he want to come back, or he want to cancel a ticket, or he may do another kind of works with that. So any kind of task which is done by a user, it should support all kind of activities. Okay. And also it should support the system initiatives, whatever the system is, I mean, initiation to do something, it will support everything and give the appropriate feedbacks or assistance to a user. This is about usability tactic or usability design to improve the quality of a project. Okay, not only quality, to achieve the quality of a project. These are the different designs. Clear? By this we have finished off the concept of achieving qualities. And now we are going to the next concept, that is documenting the software architecture. This is very small concept, it's a 5 to 10 minutes concept. Okay, so now we are going to discuss about the documenting the software architecture. Software architecture is a total design of a project. Now we are going to, okay, do or perform the documentation for that software architecture. Clear? That is our concept. And into that first step, documentation speaks for the architect, what this documentation will do. So what is the architect work? Architect means who designs a total project. Okay, who is the architect here? Architect is a designer. Okay, who designs a project based on a user requirements. Okay, and some organizational commitments. Based on all these things, he may develop a project or he may design a project. So whatever he designed, okay, the designs will speak about architect. So his view, his talent, everything will show by a, I mean, showed in a design. The design should be in the form of documentation. Whatever he has designed for a project, that should be converted into a documentation form. Okay, the design shows everything, what is the project is related to, how many number of modules are there, okay, into that project. So what are the how many number of interfaces are there in each module, how many functions are available in each module, and what is the relation between each and every function in a particular module, and how to connect one module with another module. So each and everything should be designed by a architect. So that's why we are telling that this design or documentation speaks about a architect. Why it is? So it speaks for the architect today. What he is doing today, when the architect should be doing other things besides answering 100 questions about the architecture. Okay, before going to develop a project, there are many and hundreds of questions are, okay, hundreds of questions will come across. To answer this all are the questions, okay, he should make made a design. So that is for today. And for tomorrow or for future, when he or she has left the project, and now someone else is in charge of its evaluation and maintenance. Okay, unexpectedly, the architect may left the project. So so then also, by seeing the design or documentation, anybody take the in charge to develop that particular project. that is for future purpose. Clear? And fundamentally, architecture documentation has three uses. Fundamentally, architecture documentation has three uses. So, those are, the first one is architecture documentation serve as a means of education. So, whatever the documentation the architect was developed, that serves as a means of education, which means it consists of introducing people to the system, what is the actual exact system, okay, what it has in that. So already we discussed now how many number of modules are there in that system, and what are the some components we are going to use into that particular system, and functionalities, and also a connection relation between the modules of that system. So everything should be a neat or clean presentation in that particular documentation to educate or to show what that project includes. Okay, the people may be new people or maybe old people or some analyst or anybody or customer, anybody. So it educates anybody by seeing that particular design. Clear? Or documentation. And coming to the second one, architecture documentation serves as a primary vehicle for communicating among the stakeholders. So here we are having different number of stakeholders are there. Okay, the stakeholder may be a customer or a business person or a end user, anybody. So it is a vehicle or communication channel, okay, to communicate with each other. So this is the second importance of a documentation. Coming to the third one, it serves as the basis for the system analysis and construction. So before going to the implementation of a project or constructing a project, so it will support. So first, which module we have to develop, and second which one, and third which one. For this particular modules, which language will be supported. Okay, if where we should provide security for security designs, how we should be implemented, everything. Before going to implementation of the project, we are going for design. The design, so the total design should be converted into a documentation form. While seeing the documentation only, we are going to develop a project. Okay, it will give the complete picture, clear picture, okay, of developing in implementation or while developing a coding. So it will give a clear picture about the total project. So this is about the importance of a documentation. Clear? Thank you. In next class we are going to discuss about design.